We don't live in a democracy. Only 400,000 people voted in the Liberal election that saw Mark Carney as the nominee. The guy had never been elected to anything. And the one candidate who's actually critical of him, Ruby Dalla, was kicked out before the voting started. So the Liberal election was a total ruse. Carney had never been elected dog catcher. He has spent the entirety of his career in service to the WF Davos Brookfield, absolutely nothing to do with Canada. 99% of the guy's investments, I'm not overstating this, 99% of the guy's investments are in the United States of America. He lied to Canadians during the election. He said all he held was real estate and cash. And then after he was named the Liberal leader, it's found out, he owns over 100 different stocks, and 99% of them are American companies. So the election of Mark Carney as the Liberal Party leader was a total and complete sham. On top of that, we live in a country where 3/4 of the population says enough immigration. You will not find as overwhelming a majority on nearly any issue as that. Yet they continue to allow hundreds of thousands of people into the country. Canadians are ignored on issue after issue after issue. Public sentiment, again, Bill C-63. The so-called Online Harms Act, which is essentially an exact replica of what's going on in the UK right now, shutting speech down. Canadians are steadfastly against that, yet they're going to continue to pass it. Bail reform, where we see criminals continually put back on the street and back on the street. Too many examples for me to even say Canadians are consistently against that, yet they pass that. So please remind me how exactly Canada is a democratic country when the demands and wants of the Canadian people are consistently ignored. No, we're a post-national state that is governed by a group of people led by Mark Carney who look out for global elite interests. You ask why it continues to be unfettered immigration. You ask why Mark Carney focuses on prefab housing. Well, the reason is because him and his elite buddies are getting absolutely rich hand over fist. When it comes to the prefab housing, where Carney wants to invest $25 billion, Brookfield, where he worked at prior to being anointed Prime Minister of Canada, just purchased a company called Modular. Guess what they do? They build prefab housing. $25 billion of your money is going to go straight into the pocket of Mark Carney and his elitist buddies. There's example after example. The ethics commissioner just came out and said that essentially every single contract that the Liberals have signed violated their policies. Every single one, over 400 during Trudeau's prime ministership. It's incredible to me that people really think that we live in a democratic society when we are at least soft authoritarian at this point. I think we're a hell of a lot closer to China and Russia than Sweden than people realize. You're quiet if you're critical of the government. People have to be on their toes. Look out, they just threw the organizers of the Freedom Convoy in jail for 8 years. Canadians need to be very aware that when people say that we live in a democratic society, that is more quickly becoming not the case. It's time that Canadians stood up and fought back against our corrupt government. Mark Carney does not have your best interest in mind. Mark Carney wants to get him and his buddies rich. He looks at Canada as a place to pump the GDP, get his buddies rich, but he could give two shits about your normal everyday Canadians. I'm going to organize a couple rallies. If you're interested in supporting me, hit the link in my bio and stay tuned. I'm going to be organizing a rally in 2 weeks up on Parliament Hill.